He didn't notice when comfort became his cage. It didn't arrive with chains. It arrived with softness, with warmth, with ease. The soft chair, the warm screen, the instant meal, the endless scroll. It felt good. It felt earned. It felt normal. But normal, he learned, is not always natural. And comfort, he realized, is not always kind. It seduces. It soothes. It slows. Until slowing becomes stopping. Until stopping becomes sinking. Until sinking becomes forgetting. Forgetting who he was. What he wanted. Why he started. He used to wake with fire. With hunger. With movement. But now he wakes with noise. With fatigue. With fog. Not because he's broken, but because he's dulled. Dulled by softness. Dulled by stimulation. Dulled by comfort. And comfort, he learns, is not the absence of pain. It's the absence of growth. Growth requires friction. Requires tension. Requires resistance. But resistance is uncomfortable. So he avoids it. Avoids the cold. Avoids the silence. Avoids the structure. And avoidance, he learns, is not rest. It's retreat. He retreats into softness. Into warmth. Into ease. But ease is expensive. It costs clarity. It costs strength. It costs identity. He no longer knows what he wants, only what's convenient. No longer knows what he feels, only what's comfortable. No longer knows who he is, only who he performs. And performance, he learns, is exhausting. He's tired, not from effort, but from escape. Escape from discomfort. Escape from discipline. Escape from truth. Truth is not soft. It's sharp. It cuts. It confronts. It demands. And demand, he learns, is sacred. Because sacred things require sacrifice. But sacrifice is uncomfortable. So he scrolls. He switches. He escapes. Not because he's weak, but because he's conditioned. Conditioned to chase ease. Conditioned to avoid effort. Conditioned to fear silence. And silence, he learns, is not empty. It's essential. It's where truth lives. Where strength grows. Where healing begins. He begins to notice the patterns. The way he avoids cold showers. The way he skips early mornings. The way he resists structure. Not because he can't, but because he won't. Won't face friction. Won't face boredom. Won't face stillness. And stillness, he learns, is not passive. It's powerful. It reveals. It rebuilds. It returns. Returns him to breath. To body. To being. And being, he learns, is not soft. It's sharp. Sharp with clarity. Sharp with discipline. Sharp with truth. He remembers a quote, "Hard choices, easy life. Easy choices, hard life." And his life is hard. Not because of effort, but because of ease. Ease has made him fragile. Made him scattered. Made him lost. Lost in loops. Lost in noise. Lost in softness. He no longer feels strong. Only stimulated. No longer feels clear. Only distracted. No longer feels alive. Only entertained. And entertainment, he learns, is not nourishment. It's noise. He begins to return. Not to hype, but to habit. Not to stimulation, but to structure. Not to escape, but to embodiment. And embodiment, he learns, is healing. Healing not through comfort, but through clarity. Clarity built through repetition. Through ritual. Through rhythm. He builds rituals. Wake early. Move the body. Write the truth. No scroll. No switch. No escape. Just effort. Just silence. Just structure. And structure, he learns, is freedom. Because freedom is not the absence of restriction. It's the presence of alignment. He aligns. With breath. With body. With being. And being, he learns, is not soft. It's sacred. He becomes sacred. Not through perfection, but through persistence. Not through motivation, but through method. Not through comfort, but through clarity. He no longer fears discomfort. He honors it. No longer escapes boredom. He embraces it. No longer avoids silence. He returns to it. And return, he learns, is the beginning of discipline. Discipline not as punishment, but as practice. A daily practice. A sacred practice. A healing practice. He disciplines himself. Not with shame, but with structure. Not with guilt, but with grace. Not with force, but with rhythm. And rhythm, he learns, is power. He becomes powerful. Not through dominance, but through discipline. Not through control, but through clarity. Not through noise, but through silence. He simplifies. His mornings, his evenings, his rituals. And simplicity, he learns, is sacred. He no longer needs to be entertained. He needs to be aligned. No longer needs to be distracted. He needs to be present. No longer needs to be validated. He needs to be embodied. And embodiment, he learns, is the highest form of healing. So he heals. Not through comfort, but through clarity. Not through stimulation, but through stillness. Not through escape, but through effort. And effort, he learns, is sacred. Because sacred things require sacrifice. And sacrifice, he learns, is strength. Strength not of body, but of soul. Soul built through silence, through structure, through discipline. He becomes disciplined. Not because he's perfect, but because he returns. Returns to breath. Returns to body. Returns to being. Again and again. Especially when it's hard. Especially when it's boring. Especially when it's silent. Because silence is where strength is built. And strength, he learns, is not loud. It's quiet. It's consistent. It's embodied. So ask yourself, what are you escaping? What are you avoiding? What are you addicted to? You don't need more comfort. You need more clarity. You don't need more stimulation. You need more silence. You don't need to feel ready. You need to return. Return to breath. Return to body. Return to being. Because the truth about comfort is simple. It's killing your potential. And potential is born in discomfort.